Our talented Canadian athletes won both the male and female hammer throw at the 2024 Paris Olympics, but a lot of people didn't know the history of Canada's background in the hammer throw, which went back literally over 100 years. We were the best in the world because of this guy. And when I say weight throwing or hammer throw, it's got to be the great Etienne Desmarteau. Now, Joseph Etienne Desmarteau was considered the greatest strongman of his era. He didn't live long. He died at the age of 32. But when he won the weight throwing event at the 1904 Summer Olympics, it was an international sensation. Now, the native of Boucherville, born February 4th, 1873, was born Joseph Etienne Bertz. The longtime member of the Montreal Athletic Club, was one of the top competitors in the 56-pound or 25.4 kg weight throwing event, which is no longer an Olympic event but should come back. Typical strongman effort. In 1902, he won the American AAU Championships, beating John Flanagan. Flanagan had broke the world record in the event prior to the 1904 Olympics, making one of the favorites for the event along with Desmarteau. To compete in the Olympics, Desmarteau, a fire officer in Montreal, had to ask for a leave of absence to go to St. Louis for the games, but was denied by his employer. He decided to go anyway, which cost him his job, and he was fired. In St. Louis, his first throw was 34.4 feet, enough for the victory over Flanagan, who did not manage better than 33 feet 4 inches. At the 1904 Olympics, Desmarteau was the only non-American to win in the field events. Now, when he received a Hero's Welcome back in Montreal, ironically, he was rehired as a police officer. The following year, however, he died, possibly of typhoid fever, but there's no coroner record of that. Now, a district, a park, and a sports arena in Montreal have been named after him. The Etienne Desmarteau Center was used as a venue for basketball during the 76 Summer Olympics. The district of Etienne Desmarteau is part of the borough of Rosemont-le-Petit-Patrie. It is contended that Desmarteau was the first Olympic Games champion from Canada, although 1900 Summer Olympic champion George Horton, who ran for an American university, was also Canadian. But a lot of people consider him the first pure Canadian champ. Now, 6'1", 207 pounds. So again, pound for pound, one of the strongest competitors of that era. Now, the 56-pound weight throw, I don't know why it was stopped in the Olympics, but now in 1904, that was the only year it was there. Again, the first time the event was held, it would not appear in the Olympic program again until the 1920 Summer Olympics, which would be the last time for the 56-pound category. Competition was held on September 1st, 2004. 6 athletes from 2 nations competed. Now, the event again was won by Desmarteau of Canada, one of only 2 gold medals out of 25 in athletics, won by an athlete not from the States. Besides Flanagan, James Mitchell was also on the podium taking bronze. Now, this was the first of the 2 appearances of the event, which again was only held again in 1920. Flanagan and Desmarteau were the co-favorites, making this event one of the few athletics events with serious international competition. Now, Flanagan was best known as a hammer thrower, having won the event in the 1900 Summer Olympics, and 3 days before the competition, repeated that victory in St. Louis. He would win again at the 1908 Summer Olympics. Desmarteau, of course, had won the only head-to-head competition between them in the 1902 AAU. Now, the format of the competition is unclear, and the throwing area was a 7-foot circle. Now, it looked similar to the end of the hammer that is used now. So it's like a ball with a kind of a V shape, and now it's like you throw it around in kind of an attached, what do you call launch area. But the winning distance was 10.46 meters, although the world record was 40 feet 2 inches. Now, Desmarteau had the first legal mark of the competition, throwing second. Ralph Rose's first throw was a foul. That throw went 10.46 meters, again, was the winning mark. Now, ironically, Ralph Rose was a strong track and field athlete, immensely big, 6'6", 250 pounds. He was the first shot putter to break 50 feet, and his world record set in 1909 lasted for 16 years. He competed in 3 Olympic Games, 3 golds, 2 silver, and 1 bronze. In the 1904 Summer Olympics, he won the shot, second in discus, third in hammer, and again 6th in the 56-pound weight throw. So it was a whole bunch of categories. Ironically, Rose also competed in the tug of war in 1908, was not successful. Now in the 12 Olympics in Stockholm, he won the two-handed shot put, throwing a total of 27 meters with his right and left hands. Took second in regular shot, 9th in the hammer, and 11th in the discus. And ironically, he did also die of typhoid fever in San Francisco at the age of 28. So, ladies and gentlemen, what a competition! And Etienne was up against some really tough cats. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if the hammer is going to be back in style like it was back then. All the field events, the shot put and the discus and the hammer throw, were very big in America in the early 1900s, like the strongmans. Because you would go sometimes to circuses in the Montreal area or Quebec or the Maritimes, and people would compete in unofficially the hammer throw or what they call the weight throw. Immensely popular. So that's a story about Canada's official first Olympic champion, Etienne Desmarteau. If you like what you're doing here with our hammer coverage at the Olympics, let us. I didn't know I'd be an expert on that in this podcast channel 2 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. If you like what you're doing here, give us a like, comment, subscribe, or share. And there should be an official book just of the history of Canada, the Olympics, that would be like kind of the book of lists, but call it the book of Canadian Olympic lists. It's quite a bit of stories, especially athletes who were good enough to win at the Worlds, but not win Olympic medals. And, Kurt Browning and people like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, keep on watching Olympics. We'll keep on producing copy. Have a good one.